Industry Show. My name is James Winborn, and today I'm here with Janan and Courtney. How y'all doing?
Yes, pretty good. Pretty good.
How are
This is
you?
my high energy show. I can feel it already.
High energy is cool. We haven't even done.
We're just here to be
Yeah.
ourselves, you know? Just here to be
Y'all could have
ourselves.
seen the BTS on this one. Well, I like to start off always asking my guests. Janan, you've been here before, so I'm
Yeah.
going to skip you this time. But Courtney,
Yes.
I would like to know, how did you get into acting?
Getting into acting, let's see. It started off, honestly, with school.
Mm-hmm.
I attended Evelyn Graves Christian Academy in Southwest Philadelphia, and it was a school that started from daycare all the way up to 12th grade. So they were
wow.
a drama ministry school.
Mhm.
So I learned about the Lord and the Bible and scriptures, and there was also drama with that. So whether it was acting, dancing, a play, we had Friendship Day. That was like a very memorable event at my school because they would shut down the block at 55th and Chester,
Okay.
and we would actually put on shows for the community.
Now, do you remember your first performance in front of an audience?
Ooh.
Either theater or a film?
Well, I've really been acting since I was little. So I want to say, I know I've been on the stage probably since I've been like 4 or 5, but the first play that I can really remember doing would have been with Freedom Theater.
That rings a bell, huh?
Yes, that's actually where
I
Janan and I
remember, yes.
met.
Yes. That was over 20 years ago now.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yes.
Just like yesterday.
Man, it feels like it, but then,
Yes.
like, we getting up there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Longevity.
But yeah,
Yes.
that would have been my first play. And then after I graduated high school, 2008, I became a part of D. Wiggins Productions.
Okay.
Dwayne, he's from down Florida, but relocated to Philly and now actually lives in San Diego.
Mm.
But listen, we gotta connect again. We had
that
you
was
on
fun.
our podcast.
That was
but,
fun. That was a lot of
honey,
fun.
he really gave me a lot of my structure and just that passion, the urge to want to continue because I've been in almost every one of his plays that he brought up to Philly, maybe with the exception of 2 because I was pregnant.
Okay.
But I owe him a lot. I love him down, and I really want to say within these last 2 to 3 years, I've started putting myself out there more than I ever have. So shout out to me.
That's
Go
Shout out
me.
to you.
That's good.
But yeah,
You're
I'm
doing
excited.
good.
I'm here.
All right, good. So I have a 2-part question for y'all.
Okay.
All right. So first, how important is chemistry on set? Y'all can either one of y'all could take that, and then the second part is, how do you build chemistry with a scene partner that you don't know?
Okay, you go ahead, sis.
How important is chemistry? Honestly, it's one of the most important factors, especially when you are in a scene or it's an ensemble piece, whether it is film or on stage. Without that chemistry, it's nothing. I remember seeing a play and I felt nothing.
Right.
And it wasn't because
you in the
I
play?
didn't- No,
Oh,
I
you
wasn't
saw-
in it. I was,
okay.
seeing,
In the
I was
audience.
just in the audience. And, sometimes it's hard for me to take the actor hat off, but there was no chemistry within the arc of this.
They look like they were just
They were
citing
there,
lines.
and I'm
Citing
just
lines,
like,
yeah.
because even them kissing, and chemistry isn't just like,
Right.
not even just kissing. Chemistry isn't just like with someone that has to play your romantic interest.
Right,
It
right.
could be a friend, it could be a sister, it could be a mother, and
There
if you don't
needs to
have that
be that
chemistry,
connection.
Right.
there's
Yeah.
nothing. That chemistry drives the scene because, like,
It's important.
let's say Cookie, her childhood nickname.
Yes.
Courtney and I are in a scene together, and there's no chemistry. The lines are just not going to move. There's no intention. There's no
Right.
nothing.
Right.
Chemistry that's like us knowing each other, but not knowing each other.
Right,
Right.
right.
We have
Absolutely.
chemistry as humans creating. We have chemistry as humans, like, in our everyday interactions. So when there's no chemistry, we don't stay, right?
Right.
So why would an audience member pay attention to that scene? And additionally, how do you build that chemistry with someone you don't know?
Well, I wanted her to answer that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
She's about to take the whole thing.
Listen, my sis know what she talking about. That is.
Right.
But so building that chemistry with someone you don't know. I mean, speaking from just realistically, the moments that I've had, definitely just reciting it over and over. Like I feel like it's easier when you're face to face with someone, being able to like touch, feel that presence. And if they're acting, you're going to get a response. And that's
Right.
just the bottom line for me. I've had the opportunity to step into that with a project I did with Kima, Movies by Kima. Shout out to you, Kima.
Yeah, shout out to Kima.
The Cost of Flowers, you know, I did not know my love interest
Okay.
at all
Right.
prior to this project, and I had to kiss this man.
Is that weird though? Is that weird when you,
So,
especially when you have to kiss someone?
I feel like it's not only because we know what we're getting into. Like, we know what the acting world holds. We know that there's going to be intimate scenes or romantic scenes or angry scenes. Like, you just know.
Right.
So it's like you just kind of got to get into a space like, yeah, I'm fine with doing that. I'm fine with kissing you. You fine with kissing me?
Right.
You know, I want to feel it. So I may place my hand on the back of your neck. You know, I may pull you in. Is that okay?
Right.
Like, just making sure that our boundaries are good.
Right.
You know, we do want to feel comfortable, and it's. I think it's really
So
just
you
the
ask
person.
them questions before y'all have
Of
intimate
course.
moments on set.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Okay.
it's needed because you just don't want to assume.
Right.
So I'll also say that I've been in a situation where I was uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the
you
guy
had
was
that
just kind of
conversation.
like all over me, and it was like, but that was the start of it for me.
Mhm.
If that makes sense, that was like my first time having a scene that I had to like have somebody on me, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't like this at all. But understanding, like growing into that character, understanding the scene, knowing what's needed, it's going to change things. And as we got more comfortable with each other, as we saw each other more, as we practiced more, it just came. It just came. So it's needed, it's necessary, and it can happen. Just, you know.
You wanted to say something?
To add, I would say that, you know, I've been in similar situations where I was really uncomfortable. I remember doing a play, this is like 2010, 2011, and I was in an abusive relationship.
Okay.
And the original person that was playing this character, we had to build chemistry, but like we had to, in order to do this, we had to trust each other, and that was just not there.
Okay.
And he couldn't do it. And then he got switched into another role, and then Khalid Ali, who I've known since Freedom Theater,
Shout out to Khalid.
we had the type of chemistry that we trusted each other. We were family, but we still had to build because we were older now. We were adults, so it took a lot of trust. It took a lot of intentionality. It took, you know, a lot of grieving together to get through this piece because I had to let him go.
Right.
And I had to let go of a wall to like defend myself, you know? So like it was intense, but that chemistry was necessary for us to build that on stage.
And even speaking from the audience point of view, when y'all talk about chemistry and how important it is, if we don't see it as the audience, it's not entertaining to us. It was a theater play or a movie.
Right.
Like that was corny. Like
Yep.
like,
Right. Boo.
good stuff, yeah, right.
it?
The good stuff was what reels you in. Like, yo, that was really good. I felt as though that was real characters, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what the importance of chemistry. We're teaching here today, everyone. We're teaching, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have y'all ever taken a role that scared you at first, but ended up being rewarding at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be transparent, I guess it was actually my last project.
Okay.
The character that I had to step into and portray, I was just struggling with her, me personally, in my head. And it was just hard for me to really build that backstory, build that character life. I just didn't know. I just didn't know.
The backstory.
I didn't know, but it's all in my control, right? That character, being
Yeah.
able to portray it and let it ooze out of me like this is the life, this is her. It was really, really hard for me. And I wasn't used to that. I
Okay.
was not used to that at all. But throughout the months of practicing and just taking direction, of course, from my director and just other creatives that were there, we had a coach, an acting coach. I was able to definitely overcome that.
Okay.
And for me, when I hit the stage, honey, I'm that character. Like,
Right.
I'm no longer myself. Like, it's something about those lights hitting me, that warmth, you know, I really feel like I'm embodying it. I'm transitioning into my character. So after even just seeing the reviews from the last project and hearing all the great things that people said, it kind of took me aback because it's like, what was you tripping for, girl?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
Yeah, you did
And
amazing.
Thank you.
You did amazing.
Thank you so much, Janan.
I-
But that
I'm
was
so
my
happy.
truth. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
don't. Maybe it was just a little hard for me to relate because that's, her life wasn't my life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have those things,
Yeah.
so I really had to pull it from somewhere. I had to find somewhere to relate to that.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So.
What about you?
Two characters. I would say the first one was being Lady in Red in For Color Girls.
Mm-hmm.
When I did that back in 2017, 2018, it was terrifying because, I'm a mom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the character in the film, for people that have seen it. That's the character whose children were dropped out the window, and that's all I could see.
Yep.
I literally had a flash of my kids being dropped out the window.
Mm-hmm.
And then the things that I was going throughout that process. My grandmother passed away unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
And they reserved a seat for her in the front, and that was terrifying.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That I had to stay in character, right?
Yeah.
But besides the
thanks,
character
y'all.
development,
Right.
besides, the things that I was going through, it was terrifying because I had to let go.
Mm-hmm.
And I have it's not hard for me to emote.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very scary for me. Another moment was when I was filming out in LA. I was originally a supporting character that had a few lines, and then they transitioned me to one of the lead characters, and I had a week and a half to 2
Scared
weeks
of you?
I had a week and a half to 2 weeks to memorize these lines. Actually, a week and a half, I would say, to memorize the lines. Hardcore, hardcore rehearsal, back to back to back to back back, and then we flew out. And as soon as I got off the plane, I was on set.
Oh, wow.
I'm a method actor, so like Courtney said, like when we're on stage, we're in it. We are this person. And my character was in jail. My character lost her child. My character was a sex trafficking victim. My character was molested as a child. So it was like all these different things. It was so heavy, and
Oh my
I
gosh.
was just so sad the entire time.
I bet you was, yeah.
The entire time.
Oh, wow.
So that was scary as hell for me.
Mm-hmm. And this was a film.
Yes.
Okay, I need to see that.
Yeah, when is
Yes.
what's happening?
that.
What's the dates?
Yeah.
It's Lowest Places, Lost Time on Tubi.
Tubi, y'all heard her.
Oh, it's out already?
Yeah, it's been out since
I'll be watching that tonight. I'll be watching
2022.
that tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all tune in, y'all. Tune in.
Let them know.
2023,
So
sorry.
what's the one thing about being an actor that people often misunderstand? Like, she got lists like this play. That they get it wrong every time.
I think mine's is quick. I think for me, it's just all make believe. Like they really like, it's not for real. Like, and not even
Yes.
speaking for myself, but like the things that I've heard, just like on social media. Like for instance, Power,
Mm-hmm.
the lady that played Angela,
Yeah.
she was getting death threats because people just took her character too serious. Like
crazy.
Wow.
breaking up a happy
Like,
home.
it's not real, right.
It's just make believe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Calm down. It's all right. So
Right.
that's what it is for me. Like
That's crazy.
people don't understand that. Like it's just
For me, it's the opposite.
Oh.
People think that acting is lying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go on no stage or no set lying. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the character's truth. I'm putting myself aside to
Okay,
be
that's
somebody else.
interesting the
They
way that-
also think
yeah.
it's easy to cry on cue. People always ask me, "Oh, you're an actor, cry on cue." No. Do you know how draining that is? You pay me? No,
Right.
I'm not. I'm not. I refuse to.
Well, some people can cry on cue.
And that's lying.
Yeah.
And that is not
That's me.
necessarily
That
like
is
what's your
me.
intention behind it, right?
You can?
That is
Oh,
me.
see?
I'm not crying now. Don't ask
I
me to do
can
it.
not gonna
cry.
ask you to cry.
I can cry on
Right.
cue, but I
Right.
think about stuff.
You got that, yeah. It's not like
to
boom,
bring it.
yeah.
No, it's not like, oh my god, no.
There's actually a TikTok crying challenge on TikTok now. It's hilarious. And they're doing it
Really?
with kids, yeah.
I didn't see
I
this
just send it
I
to
should
y'all.
make my daughter do
Oh,
it.
it's hilarious.
viral.
But yeah, well, go ahead.
But also, I think the other thing for me is the logistical side of like people hear that I'm an actor. I'm also an educator because I have to put food on the table for my kids, right? And I have to have consistent salary, consistent like insurance.
Amen.
So I remember somebody that's under me actually. He shout out to him. I'm not going to say his name, but he said, I had made a comment about Tyler Perry reaching out to me today. Tomorrow I'm out. I'm gonna come back because
For
I need a
sure.
job. But
Right.
I'm like, once it's over,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
He had said something like, "Well, Tyler Perry don't know who you are. Are you still here?" I said, "Oh yeah."
You
The
wait on it.
misconception is that we can't
Challenge.
do other
Challenge
things.
accepted.
Challenge accepted.
That's right.
But
Challenge
it's also
accepted.
just like when the camera stops, when the curtain falls, life moves on.
Yeah.
And as artists, we, especially at Freedom Theater, they taught us that we had to have something else.
Yes.
We had to have a job.
Yep.
We had to, if
Fall
we went
back
to
on, right.
school,
Yeah.
we went to school to teach, not to act.
Right.
Like, yeah, there are different people that can teach me to better my craft, but, you know, I've been acting since I was 4 years old. So these things that the business side, understanding that you're a brand and understanding that brand, you can get tiring.
Right.
And understanding that you still have to have equity. You still have to have something to fall back on, whether it's school, whether it's a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
My 9 to 5 fuels my passion as an actor. So I'm always going to keep that. People want me to pick or choose, and I'm just not doing that.
Okay. So kind of like your answer there kind of lead me into my answer. My question here is, do you believe acting is more about talent or training? Kind of like what you just said in a way.
I don't know. I feel like it has to be
Making y'all
both,
think today.
honestly, because for me, I just enjoyed acting. Like
Yeah.
at a child's age, they're not really teaching you what to do as far as acting. Like they give you a script and they want you to portray what you think.
So that's talent then.
For me, like yeah,
Right.
but once you get a certain age, once you get to a certain level in the industry, y'all see what I did there?
I like it. I like it.
But you know, training is necessary. You know, for a bunch of different reasons: dialect, breathing, vocal. It could just be for so many things. You know, it's needed, and that's only to extend you in your career and how far you want to go.
Right.
Because there's going to be different expectations for you being on a Broadway stage
Right.
and you being on set in LA.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. You have to have those skills, and that's only going to come with training. But talent is going to take you but so far. You're noticeable.
Right.
They know you can do it. You're in the room. But it's like, what are the other things that you've learned in this field that can
Industry.
continue in the industry that can just catapult you forward? So
Right.
Yeah.
training is it's both for me.
I would have to agree with that. Like, talent's only gonna get you but so far. Like, you know,
need
I
training,
think
right.
like you need the training, and not just with the breathing, with the knowing what a monologue is. Like, you might have the talent, you might not know how to do some lines, but if you don't know what a monologue is, I want to hear it. You know, like, are you training to be a brand, like I said previously?
Right.
And I think that's what's missing from a lot of people. You know, people nowadays, they go on Instagram, go viral, go on TikTok, go viral. They think they think they're a little bit of funny and they got a little bit of talent. They're not understanding what goes behind that talent is training. Whether you're training yourself, like, okay, how can I do this? Am I maximizing my platform appropriately? They're not realizing the extra mile, the grit that comes with the talent.
Right.
Talent is nothing if you're not fueling it with something.
Got you. So I want to talk about growth a little bit between y'all for y'all career. So how has your approach to acting evolved since your first project? Do y'all see growth? And then if y'all do, in what areas?
Go ahead, sis.
He passing
Well, I
it
gotta
around
go
there.
first.
Passing the mic down. I mean, it's a good question.
That's a great question. I was about to pass it to you.
Too late.
Honestly, I don't even remember my first project.
Oh, you
know,
don't?
I was 4.
Freedom Theater.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like we literally performed once or multiple times within a year.
Yeah.
And once we got to like ITP Junior or ITP Prep or ITP Senior, then it turned to year. We were consistently performing, consistently training. I have been in shows for as long as I can remember. I think the change came when it became less about me and more about the impact.
Okay.
And also when I started learning the industry more, learning the
I'm
ins
loving
and
this
outs,
show.
who to work with, who I can play with, you know, be my authentic self, and also with being my authentic self, learning how to dial it back a bit.
Okay.
Because in the industry, that might not be received the same way, right? So that has helped me grow in different ways, and also not saying yes to everything.
Got you.
I think that's the growth component, because when you're moving constantly and doing and taking on projects, it's quantity. But where's the quality? Now I can say, yeah, I want to do this. Now people are recognizing me, and not just for my talent, but for what's behind the talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're recognizing, oh, you're a mom and you're doing this.
Right.
And the growth is also, I can be a mom still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not missing the
Anything
pivotal
else.
moments for my
Right.
kids because
Right.
I'm saying no
Mm-hmm.
to things that aren't going to allow me to grow as not only an artist, but a woman too.
Got you.
Yes. So, for me, I definitely see growth. I did kind of mention already that, well, once I graduated, I did have children. So my motherhood started at 21, and my mindset at that age was I had to work.
Mhm.
I did not think that I was really in the position to juggle, so I took a step back for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I took a step back for a while of me acting, whether it was on the stage or I rarely did film prior to my children. So these past couple of years, like and I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I was having a conversation with a close friend of mine not too long ago where I realized, don't judge me.
Mm-hmm.
Do not judge me. I only know like 1 or 2 monologues. As an actress,
Cookie,
I
don't piss me off,
had
please.
the epiphany because I've said this to people, like I feel like I'm not the traditional actress. Like I'm not the person that you'll see running into the room with like the pages and like you're just kind of like all over the place, but like you go in there, you bomb it. I'm not that. I'm not always used to putting myself out there, like even having an acting resume like that. GBT,
Right.
Hello.
throw it together for
My
me.
new
I
friend.
know what I've done.
Yes.
I can tell you what I've done, but as far as me like going to auditions and like having an agent and being a part of the different you know, the levels, the communities, the
Yep.
networks and things like that. I'm not that.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean I'm not an actress. That doesn't mean that I can't embody something. That doesn't mean that I don't have gigs and I'm getting booked, you know. But I just realized that, like, if I want this, and I do,
Mm-hmm.
I have to put myself out there more, and I'm just going to take the steps. Whether it is slow, my journey is not your journey. You
Right.
know, you can't
Right.
really compare yourself to the next person, but if
Right.
it's what you want, that fire, that flame, it does not go out.
Mm.
That passion just keeps,
Preach, sister.
you know, it just continues to
Hello.
grow. So like I'm yearning. Like I'm so excited for our upcoming project that we're working on, Kiki season 2. You know, to even be working with you at this age, girl, what?
Don't make me
It's a
cry.
blessing.
It's
a
been
blessing.
years since
Blessing.
we've been in the same space, and I'm
For real.
honored, honestly. Janan, you are amazing.
Don't
You are amazing.
do that
sis.
because I was going to do the same
Stop.
thing. Like,
no, but listen, you
Cookie is
give the
all that.
flowers when it's due.
You're absolutely right, but we'll save the flowers for a little bit later. But so,
But
who,
yeah.
who
Make me
are,
cry, damn it.
who are the women? I know, right? I'm sorry, right? Who are the women in film or theater that inspire y'all the most?
In Philly,
In general,
I'll start with Philly. Courtney Lene does not get enough flowers for me.
Bam, bam, bam.
She has changed the lives of hundreds of people, and you know, if she doesn't know it, I hope she hears this and lets it sit.
We love you, Courtney.
We love Courtney. Courtney will challenge us, will stretch us, will prune us
Yes, Lord.
to make us not just better actors, but better women too. Lynn Elaine Shirley, my girl, my
Yeah, shout out to Lynn.
my kids' auntie Booge. You know, she literally. Watching her is just like a domino effect because if you watch her, everything else has to be up to par. Who else? Tasha Holmes in Philly.
Girl.
Mama Z, Mr. Hiram McGill, who I have the pleasure of working with at South Camden Theater Company for the production of Dot that's going up November 7th to November 23rd in South Camden. Nancy Marie. If you've never worked with Mama Nancy, it's like a laying on of hands. Like it's not just acting, it's chemistry, but it's also she takes you in. I want to shout out women in theater in Philadelphia, theater and film, because they all do both, but like they need their flowers. Miss Maureen Hennigan Booker, I've watched her as a dancer at Freedom, but then she's a director and she's a phenomenal actress. You know, Lanish Miller White. I can go down a list, but these are the women, because it's not that many of us. These women propel us forward, and they propel the work forward too.
Good.
That's awesome. I don't think I could top that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So what do you have?
It's for me. It's going to be the people that I see on TV. Honestly,
That's fine.
because like I said, I'm not always going out to even see a play. Like I'm in the play, like you know what I
Right.
mean, or a production. But of course, not that new and up and coming, but Dominic Fishback, like she's really been on the
she's so good.
scene, and I love her down. I love her down. Of course, like Kiki, she's just, she's me. I'm her. Like just her personality, the energy, the work she puts in. Of course, like Viola Davis and Taraji, like
Yes.
all of these women. Cookie.
I had a feeling their name was going to be mentioned today.
Yes, of course. Because why not?
Right.
And I'm sure there's another host of beautiful women. Janan, of course. All the other names. Tasha. Oh my goodness. She's the reason why I'm in the room. I don't care, girl. I'm going to keep saying it every time.
They're inspirations to a lot of female actors.
Oh
She
my
is.
goodness, she
She
is
really is.
amazing. But I'm grateful for the connections and the networks that I've made because I just met Lynn, and she is absolutely amazing. Oh my
She is.
God,
Lynn
Yes.
Shirley is the truth.
Crazy.
like
Yes.
but
Crazy.
even it's not a woman, but just shout out to Jared and to just
Yes.
Desai Enterprise Film Festival. I happened to be a part of that this year, and his work, his wife's work, Sherry. So inspiring. Like I instantly became a part of a family that I'm never leaving.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we still talk to this day. The show's been over for what, 2-3 weeks now? Yeah. Y'all
Yeah,
ain't let
so,
me
yeah.
go. What's up? Happy Friday. Happy Saturday.
Right.
So,
So
see,
those
that's
are my
good.
women.
That's good chemistry. That's all
Yes.
chemistry.
Yes.
See? That's
Yes.
what it's about. So, all right, we got 3 more minutes left in this episode. So, I got one more question for y'all.
Okay.
So, have y'all ever taken a character home with y'all?
Of course.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Horrible thing.
See,
Never wanna do it again.
Do explain, please.
I say it's a bad thing because as method actors, especially like when we take on the heavier roles, and we've been given most of the heavier roles. Our newest roles are comedic, which is a first, right? But like, I remember leaving LA and I was still holding on to that.
The one you talked about earlier,
Yeah,
right?
holding on to that like weeks later. When I was in For Color Girls, holding on to that weeks later and just bringing the work home and not having the boundary and not having the like, all right, shake it off. This is not real.
Right.
That you have to separate yourself from.
It's emotionally
fiction.
draining, huh?
It is taxing. It is draining where you have nothing left if you take it home.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you
I
ever-
feel like it not too often than most, but for one that does come to mind. It was also a heavy character. Like I lost my brother, and we were really close in that project. So having to tap in. Excuse me.
It's okay.
Just having to tap in. It wasn't easy to shake it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm pulling it from a real place of losing someone very, very, very close to me.
Right.
But I was even still grateful for that, to be able to really bring it to life for my character, if that makes sense. But there would be some days, I would come home and he's looking at me and I'm looking at him and I'm like,
Right.
So it happens. And what can you do?
Right.
Those are the ones you love. Do things that relax you, calm you, bring
Right.
you back to reality. I get slapped in the head with a pancake. That'll definitely bring me back to life.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all did a great job today. I think.
Thank you, James. You did too.
Thank you.
you,
I gave y'all some tough questions, huh? Right.
You did, Jimothy.
Yes.
You did.
I think what we should do this again. What y'all think?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Let's do
we
it.
here.
All right, y'all. We're gonna run this show back. We're gonna do another episode.
Okay.
First time here on the Industry Show.
First time.
So y'all stay tuned. Janan and Courtney will be back with us again in another episode of the Industry Show. Until next time, I'm James Winborn, and thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned. We got round 2 coming.
Yeah.